latest you can tell us on two injury notes that we've got at the moment. Fraser Clarke, who came on last week, was so positive about his road to recovery, wants to return. When might we see him again? But also on Ben Whitaker. I mean, you're going to be asked so many questions about Ben Whitaker, the nature of his injury and when we might see him again. So what's the latest?
Fraser Clarke, first of all, thankfully, no real long-term damage. He had that brain scan and it was almost like a sigh of relief for everyone involved. Then
it was just a break in the jaw.
Correct, and then was able to be operated on, as we said, without screws and without plates, and that's another massive plus. He'll need the rest of the year to recover before he can get back really in a gym. I think April for us is a target month, and so to be sat here now talking about when he might next fight is testament to him, because that can affect you physically, it can affect you psychologically, but the way he's dealt with it, the way he's come on, the way he's now talking, the motivation to get back in there is great to see, and Big Fraser's a big fan favourite, and I think he can now use this experience and go on and achieve what we all know that he's capable of. And yeah, as I say, April targeted date. Ben Whitaker, spoke to him last week, again looking at March. I think for me, yes, the ankle, we could all see that was hurting, but for me, the neck was a concern.
I mean, this is the incident here. So, because a lot of people will be asking you about that, the reason that he couldn't carry on was because of the ankle, but the long-term concern, forgive me if I'm putting words in your mouth, the long-term concern is his neck.
Well, for me, I've been struggling with that the year before. We were out, I think he was out for 8 or 9 months, and for us, he was massive signing from the Olympics, and we've been struggling with that. So when I see him flip over the ropes with a 13-stone man fall on top of him and knowing what happened with the neck, that was the first concern. And I think precaution means that we want to make sure that's absolutely A-OK, and then, yeah, should be able to go. Will not fight this year, but looking for a big homecoming in February or March.
Against Liam Cameron, potentially?
That is the fight that is in the front of my mind, is in the front of his mind. But first and foremost, we need to see him come back fit.